The most populous city in the state of Florida, Jacksonville boasts a tremendous amount of activities for both visitors and residents alike. And tonight, it hosts one of its favorite activities, mixed martial arts. It's House of Fame MMA on the United Fight Alliance Network. Hey everybody, I'm Jay Adams alongside Hawk Yunkins. And Hawk, you're a native of Jacksonville. What can we look forward to in tonight's fight?
Well, great to be working with you, Jay. And that's right, House of Fame's first ever mixed martial arts event. Let me tell you, folks, they are bringing the boom with their first event. They're not warming up to this. We got Deuce Gardner and Matt Kovacs in the main event.
And of course, Deuce Gardner always brings it, the M1 interim heavyweight champion. But this Matt Kovacs guy he's going to be facing is rumored to be extremely strong. It could be one of Kenny Garner's toughest fights ever.
Well, that's right. I've seen Matt Kovacs fight, and let me tell you, he has so much power. I mean, if Deuce is not careful, he could find himself on the wrong end of a knockout tonight. So he better keep his hands up. He better fight smart. But then again, Kovacs has never faced a guy of the quality of Gardner's power and prestige. He's fought the who's who of MMA. It should be an interesting main event.
It's going to be an incredible night of fights, lots of good fights on the card. It's House of Fame MMA on the United Fight Alliance Network. Let's hit it.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white trunks. He weighed in at 150 pounds. He is undefeated in his professional career. 2 wins, no losses. Representing Pete White MMA from Daytona Beach, Florida, here is Anderson Hutchinson. His opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing black and orange trunks. He weighed in at 149.5 pounds. A veteran of 12 professional bouts, representing Training Yard from Jacksonville, Florida. Here is Jason J. Killer Jones.
Well, you could hear the loud applause for Jay Killa being the Jacksonville native. And you will see on the far side of your screen, Jay Killa in the black trunks and Anderson Hutchinson on the near side of your screen in the white trunks. This fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds.
A lot of respect between these two. Most of the audience may not have seen it, but kind of a little high five between the two when Jason walked in the cage. So no bad blood, but then again, things can change after you've been punched in the face a couple times.
It can make the blood turn bad. It's a good way to fight loose. And a lot of guys, well, you know, a lot of guys like to fight angry. You know, you get the Diaz brothers, they can't fight unless they hate their opponent. But, you know, most guys will tell you, it's a sport, it's a competition, and I fight better when I don't get big adrenaline dumps.
You know, I can see that a lot with a lot of fighters. You know, sometimes it's not the most natural instinct to want to just go out and attack another human being that you don't know, even though this is a, you know, sanctioned, unified sport.
Ooh. Catching, yeah, the outside leg kick got caught, but Jay Killa decided he did not want to go to the ground right away. Wants to test his hands. Wants to see what Hutchinson has to offer him.
There's that soccer kick for you from Anderson.
Good head movement from Hutchinson. Shoots the double. Back up. These guys have good technique. You see good, disciplined hands.
A lot of quick movements, not a whole lot of power shots coming from either one. The kind of mixture of feeling each other out.
Jason going in for the kill, though. You can see he's got that right hand coiled.
Seen a few nasty uppercuts from Jason so far. I mean, I think that's he's definitely aiming for that chin. He's not going too much for the body here. I think he wants to get this fight over with fairly quickly.
Jason, the holder of the ISKA Northeast Lightweight Championship belt. Trying to track Hutchinson down. He's been able to dominate the center of the cage, which is the aggressive stance. And if nothing else, the judges at the end of the round, if it's a 50-50 toss, who dictated where the fight was in the cage.
Yeah, Anderson definitely has to bring the fight back to the center of the cage. You know, having your back up against the cage 90% of the time, I mean, that's just not a winning strategy. You know, it kind of puts you on the defense end.
Looks like he heard you. Now he's driving Jay Killa back. Nice knee to the midsection. And it was not low, according to Jay Killa.
A little bit of a love tap there.
To show the respect on that close knee.
Anderson seems to have gotten a little bit of a adrenaline burst here. He seems to have found a little bit of life late in this round.
There's that kick again we were talking about. Nice turning of the hips. Working the outside leg. Now driving Jay Killa back up against the cage. Jay Killa looking to catch that outside leg kick like he did earlier on in the round.
I actually was present when Jason won the amateur championship of Florida, and it ended with catching the leg and a right hand right to the jaw of his opponent. And so Anderson better watch those kicks.
Nice approach there. Set that Muay Thai clinch up well with the overhand right. And he really must have heard you, Hawk, because he's been driving Jay Killa back and taking the center of the cage.
I would definitely have to give the advantage to lower body strikes to Anderson so far in the fight. You know, Jason seems to have kept his methods. Oh, there goes his mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Trying to get those underhooks in under the cage.
Would be a good way to finish the round. Last thing you see is Jay Killa on his back, but Killa doing a good job of stuffing that takedown.
You know, fortunately, human psychology, judges often are influenced, you know, they shouldn't be, but kind of how the round ends. If it's kind of a 50-50 even fight, whoever looks the strongest at the end, everyone's going to get the round.
Right. 10 seconds to go as the ref pushes him back for the mouth guard. He may have just seen that. Oh, he must not have taken timeout at the end of the for the mouth guard pickup, because that 10 seconds was ticking off the clock.
Well, looks like the fighter's got a minute and 10 seconds here for the rest between those rounds.
Great, we're gonna take a quick break and a quick station identification. When we come back, it's round 2. Don't go anywhere. Glad you joined us. Jay Adams alongside Hawk Youngkins. This is the second round. Very close first round. How did you score it?
You know, I have to give the advantage to Anderson Hutchinson there. You know, he stayed on the offensive, the leg kicks, and you know, I liked how he came back towards the end of the round and controlled the cage, and he seemed to be the more dominant individual there at the end.
Yeah, I give the first 2 minutes to Jay Killa and the last 3, so just based on time, it goes to Hutchinson.
Anderson attempting the takedown there. Jason stuffing it. Anderson better well watch out with those underhooks now. You know, now would be a great time to do some foot stomps when you got your opponent up against the cage.
The old Marco Hua. Remember that when he did that with the polar bear, Paul Varlins?
I do remember that.
I never had seen it before. I was like, wow, it's actually effective.
Another leg kick by Anderson.
Paul Varlins reached out to me on Facebook the other day, and I said, wow, the polar bear. How are you, dude? I used to love watching him fight. Just, he's so doggone big.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. I mean, massive human being. The big is an understatement.
And that's why it was like when Hua beat him, it was like chopping down a tree. He worked that leg, worked just like a lumberjack.
That's why a lot of fighters, they kind of go into a boxing method. And, you know, granted, you know, maybe some fighters today are a little bit timid after the Anderson Silva injury, as we've all recalled, but when it comes to leg kicks. But,
right.
You know, when you take a fighter's legs away from him, he doesn't have as much to offer.
Hutchinson really wants this takedown, and great defense there by Jay Killa. Great defense, hopping on the leg, good balance.
And I really have to give Jason credit. He really has been able to neutralize most of Anderson's attacks in this round, but he really hasn't put too much offense in himself. So, unfortunately, that is not going to impress the judges.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the best way to win a fight, you know, is you talk about a good defense is a good defense. No, a good defense is a good defense doesn't win it. The best defense is a good offense.
Good offense. Back your opponent up.
Yep.
Take the fight to him.
Well, now we can see why Hutchinson is undefeated. He's really kind of having his way right now with Jay Killa.
You know, perhaps Anderson really just was feeling out Jason's testing him and his limits in those first 2 minutes of the first round, and he really seems to have dominated the fight ever since now.
Good point. Good point.
If Anderson can, well, there's a nice way to get him to the ground. Dumping the body to the ground.
And sweeping the legs. Looking to free up that right leg. But he's got a good position without even freeing up that right leg. Oh, takes the back. And he's got the hooks in. One hook in. Looking to get that right hook in. Got plenty of time to try to stretch out Jay Killa. Oh, he's got that left hook in. Good defense there by Jay Killa. But he's in a lot of trouble right here.
Good move by Jason to get to the cage. Oh, he's giving up the neck, though.
Oh. He's got time.
Jason showing a lot of fight.
Oh! Wow.
That is, oh, what a great comeback by Jason.
Wow. And now he's turning it on. Gonna try to steal the round.
Certainly has gotten the home crowd behind him on this one.
He sure does. Oh! He wasn't hurt. It was more of a slip. Another mouth guard? Yep. Jason's gonna bite down on that bad boy. Bite down and swing. Yeah, well, what's happening is he's breathing out of his mouth, Hawk. You see him, he's sucking wind, and he's loose. He's got a loose bite on it.
I can see right here, barely holding on to it as we speak.
Yep. It's understandable after getting out of that predicament.
And the ref can penalize you if you lose your mouthpiece enough times. So you can end up losing a point.
5 seconds to go. Oh! Woo! Great second round. Great second round.
You know, judging that fight by a 10-point must system, I really got to call it even, but I might give it to Jason on the comeback. He really showed a lot of aggression. And, you know, and judges should see that when you can dig deep and show a lot of heart. He definitely took the fight to Anderson there at the end of the round.
That's interesting because Hutchinson had him in real bad trouble. Had the takedown. Those takedowns get a lot of points. We could very well be looking at 2-0 for Hutchinson, but it is a very close fight. And there you see that choke hawk. Couldn't quite get, there's a great escape there from Jay Killa. Turned into it.
I would not have let him go away. Finish the fight.
Alrighty, third and final round here in this 150-pound fight. It's been a good one.
Fortunately, definitely both fighters have to be tired, but I have to say that Jason looks slightly more winded than Anderson right now.
Yeah, you're right about that. But it's Jay Killa backing up Anderson.
Both fighters seem to be feeling each other out, but also trying to catch a few extra breaths there. Now,
Jay Killa, sharp punches, good combination. Working him, he's running him down here. Cutting off the cage.
you know, that's a lot of things that fighters don't see, that, you know, it's cutting off your opponent at, you know, unique angles instead of trying to circle them. Instead of dancing them, cut them off at angles. Now would be a great time for Jason to try to go for a single leg right when he's got him against the cage.
Yeah, he could use a takedown. In all likelihood, he's behind on the cards.
See if he can hold out here.
And he finished it. Finishes the takedown and takes Jason's back, just like round two.
You better not let him get those hooks in. So far, Jason is defending well. Up. Trying to get, he's trying, you know, Anderson's trying to sink those hooks in.
Soften him up with some punches. Letting the left go. Now he gets the right in, trying to establish the choke. Jay Killa turning into it, getting his chin down. Good defense from Jay Killa. Jay Killa in trouble, a right hook now in for Hutchinson. Hutchinson softening him up. Killa trying to get back to his feet. The crowd will erupt if he does.
See if he can turn inside. Now, great thing here with Jason, utilize the elbows. When your opponent's behind you, you can throw those upward motion elbows. Both fighters are now neutral.
Oh, beautiful combination. Left uppercut, right overhand. Another right, oh, they're trading now.
There goes Anderson, trying another single leg.
Another beautiful takedown from Anderson, really piling up the points here in the third and final round. In all likelihood, this could make the difference for Anderson. And they have great exchanges on the feet. It's very close on the feet. It's Anderson getting all the takedowns.
Well, not only the takedowns, but once they're there, because obviously you've seen fighters be able to neutralize a takedown and just kind of roll around. But I mean, Anderson has truly controlled Jason on the ground. I mean, almost choking him out. I mean, just laying down ground and pound right there while on the back. I mean, unless something changes dramatically, I really have to give this fight to Anderson so far.
Referee's taking a very close look. He is telling Jay Killett to defend himself. The ref is really razor close now.
Jason better be close. The ref might end this. And there goes the mouthpiece almost again.
Mouthpiece is out. Oh, another beautiful. I love the way he turns into that attempt. And Hutchinson's like, what do I got to do to choke this guy out? He turns into that submission attempt so well.
And now without a mouthpiece, he might be able to sink this choke in. Because I have to admit, when you are being choked out and your teeth are grinding on it, makes it a lot bigger difference than when you have a mouthpiece in. 10 seconds left in the round.
Wow. Just like in the second round, Jason came out of the submission attempt on fire. But I gotta say, it's looking very much like an Anderson-Hutchinson win. When we come back, we'll find out, and we will watch Louay Ashkar step into the cage against Jovan White. Stay with us.
After 3 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. Judge Howard Reichbach scores about 30-27. Judges Michelle Olney and Barry Luxembourg both scored about 29-28. For the winner, by unanimous decision, Anderson Hutchinson.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Anderson Hutchinson, and a great way to start the night off. You guys had some fantastic exchanges in there, but at the end, it was the takedowns. You were able to take him down when you had to. You were able to lay some ground and pound on him. You had him in trouble with a submission attempt in the second round and in the third round. That made the difference for you.
Yeah, absolutely. He got me pretty good a few times standing up, so I had to change the game plan and work my ground game. And hopefully, thank God it came out on my side. I'm happy.
He was scrappy in those submission attempts. In the second It looked like the choke was pretty deep, but he was able to turn into the choke, able to get out of it. He did the same thing in the third round. You must have been thinking to yourself, what do I got to do to choke this guy out?
Absolutely. I thought I had it at one time, and he's tough, he's strong, and he squirmed out of there. And I was slippery. I couldn't hang on.
Well, you remain undefeated, both as an amateur and as a professional. Great job in here tonight. Congratulations. Anderson Hutchison!
There you see the tail of the tape. Let's go get this fight started. Bob Alexander.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks. He weighed in at 124 pounds. Tonight, making his professional debut, representing Team Adreo from Syracuse, New York. Here is Louis, the Arab Nightmare Ashkar. His opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks. He weighed in at 126 pounds. He is a veteran of 6 professional bouts, representing Team Riot from Orange Park, Florida. Here is Jovan, that dude White.
So this fight at 125, you have Louis Ashkar making his pro debut, stepping into the cage against Jovan White. At 1-4, Louis Ashkar on the right side of your screen in the black trunks. Jovan White in the black trunks with white trim. Here we go.
And you know, Louis is only 19 years old. The kid cannot even legally have a drink and already making his professional debut. I mean, what an exciting life.
That's always that classic question. You can go across the world and get killed for your country, but you can't have a beer.
Can't have a beer.
You can get into a cage and entertain thousands of people in an MMA fight. You can't have a beer. Boy, there's some discontinuity there. Whoa.
Good hook by Jovan.
Oh, nice right there too by Jovan.
Definitely staying strong on those leg kicks by Louis.
Great action here to open up the first round. Nice boxing left jabs there from Jovan.
And as I'm sitting here noticing both fighters, neither one seems to be flat-footed. They're on the heels of their feet. Moving strong, moving quick.
Yeah, they both have good footwork out there. Jovan had got tagged earlier on and was backed up on his heels.
Seems to have woken him up, though.
Yeah. Loué, the holder of the Gladius flyweight title and the Northeast lightweight Muay Thai title. Jovan White says, I am a decorated wrestler. That's one of the reasons Loué Ashkar wanted to keep this fight up on his feet. Oh, great combination there from Loué, and then the spinning back. And Jovan gets the takedown.
See if he can convert this to full mount. If he can, Loué is going to be in a lot of trouble. Loué using the underhooks to his advantage.
Jovan looking to free that right leg now and get full mount. Although this is a very good position too. He has Loué bunched up against the cage. Loué now though, able to get the tip.
Talk about a 180 here. Now see it now. Jovan there got the headlock.
Tough to finish this from this position.
And I doubt he'll be able to finish this, Jay. I mean, obviously he's not able to extend his body out and put too much pressure on the neck.
And he does eventually give up on it, but gets back to his feet. Oh, beautiful takedown from Jovan. Able to drag Loué down to the cage and thumps him. Now finds himself in the great position of side control. Oh, great whizzer there by Loué, and back to the feet they go. Good competitive first round here at 125.
It really has been, you know, a seesaw battle between the two. Jovan, oh!
He's got that spinning back kick. He may have hurt Jovan.
It hurt me just looking at it.
Again, he drags Jovan down. Jovan covering up. Whoa, bad intention on that right uppercut.
Well, I gotta give that to Jovan. It definitely backed up his opponent, but you gotta be careful on big swings like that. It can leave you wide open for a counterattack and just basically wear you out. You're already tired as it is.
You get that stiff jab as well. Where they're both swinging heavy. Big, wild right hands. Oh, got that spinning back kick is working for him. This is third one he's done. Nice knee. Side control now for the Arabian Nightmare.
Able to use the takedown against Jovan himself, and nice knee to the body. However, Loué, I would keep attacking the body with knees.
I think he heard you.
One of the best ways to take the energy and life out of your opponent.
Jovan's hurt. He's covering up. Great first round for both of these 125ers. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it's round two. See you then. I gave the first round to Loué based on damage. Although you do see that mouse under Loué's eye starting to develop. It was a good competitive first round. I think Ashkar won it.
Definitely a seesaw battle, but I agree with you.
We'll see what types of adjustments, if any, that Loué's corner gave him. Loué walking Jovan down. Oh, he's got good high kicks.
You really got to give this to Loué. I mean, he is utilizing all of his appendages.
Yes.
You know, punches, kicks, knees, and Jovan just seems still to be just going with the whole boxer mentality. Again, I would be, you know, Loué's leaving that leg open right now. I mean, I would be attacking it as much as I could. Try to take those legs away from him.
Yeah, Loué is giving more, and eventually, you know, you start not being able to defend against it. Like now, it's because you don't know what's coming next. If you're only boxing, you become one-dimensional. Your opponent knows what's coming. But Jovan's a gamer, trying to get that single.
Gotta give him credit, holding onto the leg all the way to the end.
Yep.
Now,
Yeah,
so he can get on top.
Offense for Jovan now.
Now, if I were Jovan, I would definitely be doing everything I could to pin Loué up against the cage and take away all his attacks from him. Both fighters fighting to get up. Now we're right back down on the ground.
Oh, Jovan's in trouble.
You better be careful. The ref is going to stop this in a minute.
Not much being offered from Jovan.
If I were Jovan, I'd be trying to get that knee into the stomach of Loué. Trying to get yourself away and create some distance between the two of you. Giving up the back now. Oh.
The entire crowd here in Jacksonville owing and oohing with the knee.
When you can hear a knee to the body, you know it hurts.
Especially when that sound is a thump. The slaps don't hurt quite as much as the deep thump.
You know, that's important. Most people hear the slaps and they assume that it must be the most painful thing ever, and I have to tell people, I say, no, that doesn't really hurt. It's the ones that you really can't hear. That's the ones that hurt. As long as you don't hear a crunch.
Right. Crunch is not a good sound. Well, it's been all Arabian Nightmare here in the second round. Loué Ashkar having his way with Jovan White. Dat dude's got to come up with some defense here, or he's got to get to his feet. He's lucky the ref hasn't stopped it. He's just offered just enough when the ref starts leaning in to prevent the stoppage. Jovan's okay, he's clear-headed, and he's up. Oh, there's that spinning back kick. Wow. Oh, beautiful knee. Boy,
knee
just
to the head.
Incredible. And that is
like
it. The ref had seen enough. Wow, the Arabian Nightmare, Loué Ashkar.
What a way to make your professional debut in front of them.
Wow, a little bit of everything in there.
Judging by this fight, I'd say this kid has a bright future ahead of him. I mean, really utilizing all the advantages of his skills.
Celebrating his 20th birthday. He turned 5 days ago. This is how you celebrate your birthday.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Jacksonville Veterans Memorial Arena in Jacksonville, Florida, your referee in charge, Josh Rutgers, calls a halt to the bout at 3 minutes, 55 seconds of round number 2. Your winner by TKO, Loué, the Arab Nightmare Ashkar.
All right, I'm here with Loué, the Arabian Nightmare Ashkar. Everything was working for you tonight, Loué. What was really fun to watch was those spinning back kicks because they were finding their target. And it really is demonstrative of the fact that when you bring everything in there and you know how to implement it, it really does help your game. He was using mostly boxing, and you were able to eventually size that boxing up and pull out into the lead by offering all kinds, using all 4 appendages.
Yeah, you know, just finding his weaknesses and using my strengths to isolate those weaknesses and then capitalizing on them.
Well, you did a good job in here. This was your professional debut. It's also your birthday. Good way to celebrate your birthday.
Yeah, it's birthday present to myself. Yeah.
One more time for the birthday boy, Louis, the Arabian Nightmare, Eshkar.
This is your main event of the evening, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds of professional MMA in the heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black and white trunks. He weighed in at 262.5 pounds, a veteran of 18 professional bouts, representing American top team Coconut Creek from Port St. Lucie, Florida. Here is Kenny Deuce Garner. His opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing the red trunks. He weighed in at 257 pounds, a veteran of 21 professional bouts, representing Team Catalyst from Everett, Washington. Here is Matt the Attack Kovacs.
All righty, it's a heavyweight fight on the left side of your screen. Matt Kovacs in the red trunks, Kenny Deuce Garner in the black trunks with white trim. This one scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds, 260-pounders in there. And these are the fights you truly should not blink. And both of these guys have this kind of power.
If this fight goes to decision, I will be amazed, Jay.
Whoa.
Oh.
Kovacs coming in. Wow.
Wasting
Oh,
no
he may
time.
have hurt Deuce. Deuce might be hurt. Deuce could be hurt. He's not moving. He's recovered now. Well, Kovacs is giving it all he's got, and Deuce is back up on his feet. Deuce could be hurt. Oh, Deuce is hurt. Oh, he's got to hold on. Wow, Deuce.
Wow.
Amazing flurry there by Kovacs. If Deuce can regain his composure, Kovacs may have punched himself out. That was a lot of energy he just gave away. couldn't tell what happened initially there, whether Deuce had tripped or whatever, but he was in trouble right away.
You know, I don't know if he got grazed with a shot near the temple or obviously just tripped, but kind of surprised the whole crowd to have him.
Kovacs winning the battle of strength there. But now Deuce pressing Kovacs up against the cage.
I certainly hope Kovacs didn't gas himself out with that wild flurry.
And Deuce now will do well to just sort of regain his composure here, let the cobwebs clear. He doesn't have to do anything now. He's got the dominant position. I think that's what he's doing here.
Yeah.
Make sure you get your balance.
Well, you just, you know, make sure all your dogs are barking, get your brain screwed on straight, and also throw some knees.
Make him carry away. Short elbows, watch his feet on the cage. Watch his feet on the cage. Nice, beautiful. Nice. Now.
Deuce looking to posture up. Kovacs trying to keep him in close, prevent him from posturing up. I was going to say Deuce has to keep active in this position so they don't get stood up, but I realize this referee is it's not going to stand him up. He pretty much, those guys that go to sleep down there, he won't stand him up.
He's happy with lay and pray. The only one in the building that is.
Push the knee, take them out. Push the knee and take them out.
Deuce trying to posture up. Kovacs doing a really good job of keeping him down there. Oh, looking for the tip. Good job there by Kovacs. Great job getting back to his feet. Showed a lot of skill doing that. Oh, big left uppercut from Deuce.
Seems like Deuce is completely recovered and seems to have all the equilibrium.
He does seem, he does seem to have it back, doesn't he? Oh, beautiful move there. Looking for full mount, get a half mount. Dragging Kovacs to the ground. Marco Stamata telling Deuce not to be bumped. Wants him to push the knee and get full mount. There, he's listening to his coach now. Got the mount. Oh, beautiful job there by Kovacs. Kovacs is strong. He's surprising me here. He's got good ground game, but boy, Deuce right back to the half mount.
You know, I would love to see the ref stand these two up. I mean, let them go back at it, because it's just turning into like a wrestling match between two turtles. Just back and back, back and back.
Now, as long as they stay active, or actually, no, even if they don't stay active, but so Deuce now with the dominant position looking to, he wants him to turn him to the middle now.
Deuce, turn him to the middle. Turn him to the middle. Yes, turn him to the middle, Deuce.
Marcus D'Amata yelling, turn him to the middle.
There you go.
Right now, Deuce working the midsection, trying to soften him up. Kovacs trying to get back to his feet. Kovacs does a good job of getting back to his feet. There's a lot of times he could have been in trouble. Garner is heavy on top, and he punishes you on top. Oh, nice takedown. How disheartening it is as a fighter when you have your guy in trouble and you think you're about to finish him. And you're beating him up, and you're beating him up, and he looks like he's hurt, and the ref's about to stop it, and the guy gets his equilibrium back, and now he's on top of you.
It can really break your heart as far, not only heart, but really, I mean, you've gassed yourself. You've expelled all this energy going for the goal, you know, just to crush it and be done and go home. And he still comes back for more. It can not only from the physical element of gassing yourself and wearing yourself down, but the mental element, it makes you think, I just threw my best at that guy and I couldn't put him down. What do I have to do to win this fight? So it can really mess with a fighter's mind when that happens.
There's that initial beatdown right there, Hawk. The left, big hammer fist, really caught Deuce. Referee was keeping a very close eye on it. Oh, Deuce was in trouble. Oh. Deuce can take a shot. Interesting round to score. He owned the fight for a much longer amount of the round than Kovacs did.
It's always fun to watch the big boys get in the cage because the entire cage just...
Oh, this whole cage is moving.
Once again, Deuce controlling this fight by getting Kovacs up against the cage. You know, he just seems to be trying to turn this a little bit into a wrestling match. Constantly wanted to take it down to the ground.
Well, he's felt Kovacs' power. Kovacs is just a really strong guy.
Again, I don't blame him for not wanting to stand and trade with Kovacs after what happened that first round. Oh,
Full mount. Big trouble for Kovacs. Hooks sunk in. Right now, Marco says, let Kovacs carry your weight. Throw some elbows. Well, if Kovacs is strong enough to get out of this, that is some serious power. Deuce says his hook sunk in. He's 260 pounds. And he's making Kovacs carry the weight.
and that's one of the most disheartening things to a fighter when you're on bottom, especially when you're the bigger boys. It's a lot. You see the flyweights and the bantamweights and lightweights, they can kind of roll around a lot easier. When you have 260 plus pounds on top of you, it is not easy to move that around, and it's crushing on your lungs and ribs. And it can really just gas you.
Tapped him out. Had the choke. You see that choke?
Got the choke.
Beautiful move there by Deuce. So American Top Team gets the sweep. The sweep for American Top Team. Here it is right here, that choke. And forced to tap out is Matt Kovacs.
At 2 minutes, 8 seconds of round number 2, your winner by arm triangle tap out, Kenny Deuce Garner.
So Kenny, talk us through the fight. He had you. Well, you said you weren't hurt, but looked like you were in a little bit of trouble. But then you turned on the afterburners. You started really putting it on him. But he looked strong. You guys were both really strong, 260 pounders in there.
Yo, I train with American Top Team, Coconut Creek, the best school in the world. I train with some of the best, baby. I train with all the heavyweights from UFC, so I know he is not stronger than Bigfoot. And I train with Bigfoot every day. And my homeboy, Hector Lombard, you see it representing right here. Yo.
There's Hector coming over to give you some love. Here they come. All right, so what can we look forward to in the future, Kenny? Who would you like to face next? Do you have anyone in mind? Whoa! I'm glad I got out of the way for that one.
We got all champions up in here. Come on, baby. American Top Team, come on, get over here. This is our world now. HOF belongs to American Top Team right now. Because, yes, we did a sweep right tonight, baby. A sweep. Throw those deuces, baby.
There it is, one more time for Kenny Deuce Garner. A great night of fights, Hawk Yunkins. Tell me, we don't have a lot of time, so just tell me which one you like the best.
Well, honestly, and I'm playing favorites here, but I have to go with the Gardner-Kovacs fight at the end, the main event. That's why there's a main event. It's the big dish at the end. Honestly, I think I was, along with everyone in the crowd, I thought Gardner was done for at the beginning. I mean, Kovacs had so much power, but honestly, he got that close to finish him off, gassed himself out. He had nothing left in the tank after that, and Gardner was able to collect himself, get his equilibrium brought the fight back to Kovacs, and did it with a beautiful submission.
I want to thank you, Hawk. You did a great job tonight. Hawk Yunkins, my partner. I'm Jay Adams. We'll see you next time on the United Fight Alliance Network.